we're pretty dogmatic when it comes to this, so that's why that exchange was so heated. But don't feel like you can't open up. It's not going to be like that with everybody.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart, guys. Don't worry.
If that's what Christianity is, I don't know. I would really not be
Andrew, you're
on your
making her.
Okay, well, here's the thing. That's what it is.
Good job.
And
why
what you're
people don't
practicing
want-
isn't what it is.
Well, it's
And that's
definitely not
why
yelling at people and
these
condemning
dog.
them.
So the reason we had ecumenical councils, the reason that we have church history, the reason that we can trace all of this back to apostolic succession, back to the original apostles, is so that we know what is true and what is not when it comes to Christianity.
Yeah.
And the problem is we've ended up with this real good, feel good bullshit for Christianity that I don't even understand. I don't even understand how people come to it because it makes no sense. So that's why when we're having these kinds of discussions, they can get heated because we have the opposition of dogma. So I'm willing to hear you out, though, right, on submission.
There's nothing really to hear about. But I think as a Christian, your identity is so important. And if you can't love, like that's what Satan attacks the most, is our hearts. And if you can't love like Jesus did, then what's the point? Like if everybody was like him, the world would be an amazing place, obviously. So if you're saying I'm a Christian, but you're cold-hearted, you're angry, none of those things is how God was. He was peace. He was love. So you saying like all this feel good, all this, it doesn't make sense.
But you're only taking one angle of the message. You're only taking one aspect, and it's the aspect that you like.
How can you love others if you don't feel loved?
Remember earlier when we were talking about hell? Do you believe that hell exists?
Yes.
Do you believe that people go to hell?
Yeah, but if you understand how much he loves you, you don't want to sin. You don't want to do those things.
Wait,
no, I get it. But hear me out. Hear me out as we go through this.
Last thing.
Right.
Last thing, Andrew. Last thing. Okay.
All right. I'll make it simple for you. Okay. When you are telling people that Christianity is just about niceness, it's just about love. That's true. Ultimately, the message is of love. But love is not just a form of niceness. That's woman prattle. Love is all-encompassing. And it requires consequences, and it requires leadership, and it requires somebody to be ahead at some point and make difficult decisions. And that's why the wife's role is to be submissive. And that's why the Christian lens is so important in the modern dating market, and why it's so important for women to understand it's a patriarchal system. It has no matriarchy in it whatsoever.
But I feel like you walk in a lot of if you're trusting God, you're not walking in anger and control and all these things, and you're smoking cigarettes. So to me, there
smoke.
shows.
What a great argument.
No, right there that shows you need something. You listen to your flesh in order to feel better. If you had true Holy Spirit,
I drank too. Just so you know, I drank too.
And that just goes to show
you know what I didn't do though? I didn't prostitute myself. I didn't do that.
But guess what?
But you think that smoking is the same as being a prostitute,
your temple.
right?
You're killing your temple. You're hurting your temple.
Yeah, you think that smoking is the same as prostitution, don't you?
There's a lot of pride. God can't work with pride. Pride comes before
the fall. Are you
going to
answer my question? Do you think that smoking is like prostitution, that is basically the same sin?
Well, you're hurting your temple.
So it's
Jesus,
the same sin? Me smoking a cigarette is like you sucking a penis? That's the same sin?
Damn.
Really?
Damn, bringing it to peens?
Answer me. Is me smoking this cigarette like you having sucked a man's penis on film? Is it the same to you?
I think it is, yes.
Smoking a peen, smoking a...
You're killing yourself. You're killing yourself. Your family won't be around.
I can't even take anymore.
Hey,
I gotta walk away for a second.
You're not dying sooner, you know? You're gonna die sooner, your kids won't see you, so.
Wait, Andrew, wait, did he?
He had to take a breather.
Please.
Oh, wow, okay.
God _, not _, the _.
Wait, do we have to redo the call?
$200.